The R&A recommends that in order to produce consistently good playing surfaces on the golf course, you should measure and monitor their performance and assess this against the cost effectiveness, environmental and social impact of the management programme. The holing out test gives golf clubs and their course managers an easy and affordable way of monitoring the reliability of their putting surfaces throughout the year. It's undertaken to the hole location of the day. The test should be done at the same time of day, and to monitor green performance, it needs to be done on at least one good, one average and one poor green on a weekly basis. Only balls with a true centre of gravity should be used, and the way to determine this is included in the protocol for the test, which is available from the R&A website www.randa.org.
The test involves lining up a ramp to try and hold 10 golf balls at set distances from the front edge of the hole. The R&A suggests testing at 3, 6 and 9 feet, and in this instance we are looking at a 6-foot roll. The ramp is lined up so that 2 consecutive balls are holed, and then the test itself is undertaken with 10 balls. The results should be noted and a record kept to monitor performance over time. The ramp needs to deliver balls consistently with a smooth transition onto the turf without human error, and it has to be able to deliver the ball at varying speeds so that a range of distances can be assessed. The test should not be carried out in very windy weather, as this will have an impact on the roll of the golf ball. Secondly, to assess the impact of intensive maintenance procedures. The holing out test will identify the degree and longevity of disruption to the reliability of putting surfaces from essential maintenance operations. The test can show that maintenance practices which might appear to impair playing quality only affect the look of the green and, provided appropriate reinstatement work is completed, do not actually impact on the reliability of the surface. Here the green has been aerated, overseeded and top-dressed, all of which causes missed putts. Now that the surface has been mown and rolled, reliability has been restored and high scores obtained. Finally, in preparation for important tournaments. The fairness of proposed hole locations can be assessed using an artificial target, such as tee pegs, to indicate the resting position of balls rolled from any set distance. The results from this test, used in conjunction with other performance assessments taken on a regular basis, will give a valuable record on which to base informed decision-making for ongoing management of putting surfaces. Find out more about the holing out test and course tracker from the R&A website.
Hello, I'm Micah Woods, Chief Scientist at the Asian Turfgrass Center, and this is the holing out test. In this test, we attempt to answer a simple question. What is the probability that a putt hit on just the right line and at just the right speed will go into the hole? This test allows us to evaluate the turfgrass performance. On a good surface, nearly every putt that's hit at the correct speed and on the correct line will go into the hole. However, sometimes an irregularity in the surface will cause a putt to miss, even though it's hit at the right speed and on the right line. The other tools that we use on putting greens can measure how hard the surface is or how fast the ball rolls, but they don't really measure how true the surface is or how smooth the ball will roll across the surface. This is really an important addition to the toolbox for measuring putting green performance. On a holing out test, length 9 feet or 274 centimeters, one ball goes in on the left side of the hole, another not shown went in on the center, and this goes in on the right. With the stimp meter, it's difficult to do this test because the ball bounces as it hits the green. However, the holing out test is done with an inclined ramp with a curved end, in this case with the Greenstester, and the ball doesn't bounce. Here we can watch the ball come off the ramp at only 10% of normal speed, as I've slowed down the video. All in all, it's a great way to spend a January afternoon. I'm Micah Woods, Chief Scientist at the Asian Turfgrass Center. I was recently at Japan to collect data on the reliability of creeping bentgrass putting greens. I did this by performing the RNA holing out test. In this test, 10 balls are rolled at just the right pace and line, so that if the green surface were perfectly reliable, all 10 balls would go in the hole. In these slow motion clips, we can see how the ball bounces 3 or 4 times as it comes off the stimpmeter ramp. For the RNA holing out test, one should use an inclined plane or ramp with a curved end to deliver the ball rolling onto the green with a minimum of bouncing. This is accomplished with the Greenstester. The curved ramp delivers the ball consistently to the green. On a surprisingly snowy day near Tokyo, at which the entire club staff were busy removing snow from the course, I was fortunately able to find a green that was free of snow. Let's see what happened when we performed the RNA holing out test from a distance of 9 feet. Remember, we will roll 10 balls. That was 1 out of 1, 2 out of 2, 3 out of 3, 4 out of 4. We missed one. 4 out of 5. 5 out of 6. 6 out of 7. 7 balls made now out of 8 rolls. 8 out of 9. And 9 out of 10. That's pretty reliable, especially for a green that hadn't been mowed for a week after the snowfall.